To discuss a little bit on our journey here and eventually joining Form. My wife and I, we had met over on the West Coast. We were married for about 4 years before coming on over to the East Coast. And when we came on over, we knew that it was a very high priority for us to find a church and to be fully connected. We moved out here without having friends or family, and we knew that we needed to have a community in order to survive. So when we found GCC, it was really a one and done. We were very impressed with the leadership. We were very impressed with the community and how they all very willingly opened up and accepted us as a part of the community. And so when joining Form became an option on the table, it was a no-brainer for us. We were already comfortable with people in the community. From there, we said yes to 9 months of really intense fellowship with other Christians who were striving for the same goal that we were.
For me personally, I felt like I was in a season of just God really inviting me to grow spiritually, and that really started with moving to DC in general. There was a lot of things that God was just highlighting and speaking as far as like for my growth spiritually and in my relationship with God. And so when this opportunity came, it was just perfect. It was like, this is just another way to just grow spiritually, to deepen my relationship with God, to be around community and under great leadership. So it was a very easy decision because it was just like a continuation of my journey with God through that season.
What was most impactful for me was the different books that we read, specifically The Gift of Being Yourself. I think that really reframed ways of viewing who I am, who I was, instead of projecting the person that I want to be, accepting the gift of who I was created by God. It was very intentional on His end, and to learn to accept that really gave me a new freedom to understand myself and ultimately Him better.
Going through Form with my husband, it was such a treat because I think we got to, not only are we walking this life together, partnered, but it's also very individual. We're, responsible for our own individual walks with God and how we just steward that well. And so I think it's been great to see him really take full ownership of his spiritual walk with God, and I think it's put more peace and faith in just him as a spiritual leader for our household. We don't have any kids, so if that comes in the future, I think this is just like a beautiful foundation to just growing as an individual, as a husband, in all of his spheres of his life. This has really just deepened and put more roots in him spiritually, and it's been really just cool to see.
It was just really beautiful to be able to have a small group of individuals that you were open and honest with, you were vulnerable, you spent lots of time both working on the same projects, learning the same things, but also communicating and sharing different ways that you interpreted that information. It was really, really a beautiful and organic way to grow a deep community, make some very deep friendships that we have been really blessed by, and the deep roots that are tied together. It is such an organic process from this class. We couldn't recommend it more.